Oh, welcome to our home. And we have a little visitor with us here today. This is Louie. So, once a year, we raise a litter of puppies. And this one's just so cute. We've totally fallen in love with him. We're not keeping him, though.
No, he has a wonderful home.
Yeah, but Louie is...
Here's Louie. There's Louie.
Louie's just irresistible cuteness. Oh. So rather than flowers for this visit, there aren't any, we decided to bring in Louie. All right. Okay, Barry. All right. Bye to Louie. And Barry will be right back. Well, we're hoping that spring will come. A few days ago, we had hail that was so thick, it looked like it had snowed and covered the whole landscape with white. It was actually very beautiful, very slippery though, but it was special. Of course, it was extremely noisy coming down. We're hoping for spring everywhere, and yes. I know that in Maine on the East Coast it's been a ton of snow, but spring will come. I'm sure it will. So that was cute with Louie.
Louie wanted to be part of this video.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
He's telling us all day that
right.
he really wanted to be. All right. So I have another little story, and I haven't told this story before on the videos, but it is in our book, a couple of miracles, and it takes place 3 years into our marriage when Barry was still in medical school. So we had a really, really hard time, and I pretty much left the marriage. Barry had an affair, and we were trying to come back together, but I was still so deeply hurt, and I was trying to live my life separately, trying to deny that I needed this man in any way. And I would go off on weekends. I'd go off and do things by myself with friends. So Barry had a weekend off, which was unusual in medical school, and how busy he was. And he wanted to be with me. And I said, no, I'm going to go be with my friend. This woman who I loved very much. She was helping me so much. And I had, we've had dogs like forever, and we had a golden retriever named Boki, and Boki went everywhere with me. Boki was like my first child, really. Yeah. And so I left Barry, and I took Boki, and I was going to spend the weekend with my friend. She's a really beautiful woman. Inwardly, she's beautiful in every way. So we were talking and going into a very deep place, and her roommate came in, and her roommate had this German Shepherd, and saw our dog Boki and attacked viciously. And Boki, as a golden retriever, had never been in a fight, didn't have that gene in his body. He just became very submissive, and the German Shepherd was out to kill him, definitely. And I got so freaked out, I reached my hand in to grab the German Shepherd, and he turned and bit me. And at that point, the owner of the dog was able to get him outside, but I got a really very serious bite, and my friend took me to an emergency room, and they did something they never should have done. They looked at it and they said, "Well, it's just a little cut," and they put a Band-Aid on it, which prevented it from draining. And they said, "It'll be fine, don't worry about it." Well, the pain grew and grew and grew and grew. But not only that, my hand, I couldn't move my hand, and it started just clawing up. And I said to my friend, I better go home. Barry needs to see this. Barry took one look at me and said, we're going to the emergency room. And this was This was a county hospital where USC had its medical school. Big, huge, like a whole city. And the attending doctor took one look at me and took x-rays, and he said, "This is really serious." First of all, he was angry that the other hospital had only put a Band-Aid on without giving me antibiotics or anything. And he said, you need emergency surgery. You're about to lose your whole hand and possibly your arm because the infection has gone into your bone and it's rapidly spreading. So I was whisked into emergency surgery, and I emerged with this hand had to be elevated, and there were tubes coming out, and it was all wrapped up, and my other hand was also elevated with an IV drip. So I was basically helpless, and he told me I had to stay in the hospital for 4 days. And while I was waiting for Barry to come, this man walked in, and he said, I'm a hospital chaplain, and he had these beautiful blue eyes, and he looked at me so deeply, and he said, "This accident that you've had is about to change your life." That's all he said. And then he was going to leave. I said, "Well, will you pray for me?" And he prayed for me. He prayed for me, but he also prayed for my marriage. And then he left. And after he left, I thought, how did he know? How did he know that our marriage was in such trouble? And then I also thought, well, I didn't request a chaplain. I just arrived. And what I found out later is that this hospital was so overcrowded that if you even requested a chaplain, it would take days for that person to come to you. And I had never requested it. And nobody knew who this man was. And I really feel it was an angel giving me a message. This accident will totally change your life. Because what happened in those 4 days is that, I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't do anything. And Barry came every morning before medical school. He came every lunch, and he came, and when he was done, he spent the whole evening with me, helping me in every way. And in that time, there was such a deep healing between the two of us, and we realized how much we needed each other and how much we needed to really take care of our relationship and not do those kind of risks. The angel was really right. That accident, that experience really changed my whole life. And the reason I wanted to share that is, it's a beautiful story. But for all of us, accidents happen, sicknesses, things that we just think are so horrible, and they are, and yet they have the possibility to change our whole lives, to bring in a gift that might otherwise not have been brought into our lives. And so we need to give gratitude for the gift that's on its way. Whenever there's something really hard that's either about to happen or is happening right now. So I'm grateful for that, because we might not have made it as a couple. We were that close to just ending it.
Yeah.
So
I do remember very well. I was with Joyce, when she was first admitted to the hospital, and I remember being called out of the room to fill out some paperwork, and it was actually, it wasn't that long that I was out of the room. That's when this angel came into the room. So I had to be removed somehow.
Right.
And then when I came back and he had gone, and you told me, and I remember the first thing I said was, maybe that was your guardian angel. I remember that. And I think another message of this story is believe in angels because they exist and they're helping you all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have a beautiful song.
Yeah, I was going to sing another one.
You changed
But
your
I
mind.
think I need to sing this other song.
Yeah. Look what I would have missed. I was so close to leaving Barry completely.
Oh.
Look what I would have missed. All this beauty and
And
joy.
look what I would have missed. I call on the angels for healing. I call on the angels for light. I call on the angels for everything. All that I need to set my soul free. I trust in their power and their love. I trust in their power and their love. I trust in their power and their love. I call on the angels for healing. I call on the angels for light. I call on the angels for everything. All that I need to set my soul free. I trust in their power and their love. 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 So close your eyes a moment and just feel the presence of these amazing beings who can take on the form of a hospital chaplain or any form they want and just give you messages, and you don't even know. You don't have any idea they're an angel. But listen when somebody says something that resonates deeply inside. It's a message for you. And right now, listen to a message right now that says, you are deeply, deeply loved. You are loved. Okay, open your eyes and thank you for watching.
Oh, really, thank you so much, and for the comments that you leave, and some people leave emails. I mean, it's just so supportive, and we really appreciate you so much.
We want to keep doing these videos as long as we can.
Oh, well, thank you, and I'm sure Louis is still so happy he got to have an appearance.
The other puppies are jealous, though.
Oh, they are.
Thanks, everybody.